Hey, bitch. Okay, let's go ahead and get into Real Housewives of Potomac. Start off the episode with Gizelle and the girls, okay? The girls are really excited, getting ready to go off to college. I know the two twins just graduated high school, so they're about to go ahead and be off, all right? Now, Gizelle says, y'all can say whatever y'all want about the kids, honey, but they doing some things. And I said, girl, don't nobody be talking about them girls. Don't nobody be saying them about the kids. And whatever Miss Mia was trying to let us know about the girls, we don't give a damn, okay? If anything, we talk about you. Okay, we don't care nothing about what me and them saying. So, Gizelle does talk to the girls about a will that her dad had that appeared to be signed by him, and I don't know if the will was turned in maybe 2 days later or came up somehow 2 days later. But she said that her dad could barely write at the time when the will was supposedly drafted. I'm also wondering, was her dad still married to her mom? Did he go when he remarried or something? I don't know who the person is that got his alleged signature on this will. But what she learned was that her dad left her nothing according to that will. The dad left her nothing and nor her daughters, okay? And she's like, this is my daddy. Why would my daddy not leave me or my daughters anything? I do believe Gizelle. I agree. Why would he not? Why would he not? That don't sound right. So who is the person? I wish she would expose them. Like, who is the person that decided to get a will for on Giselle's dad's behalf and sign it? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. So she's telling her daughters about this. So in case they find themselves in this situation, they know how to handle themselves when it comes to this type of situation, especially considering the fact that Jamal Bryant, at the time he was getting married, now he is officially married. But she says her and Jamal already talked about their stuff, especially knowing that he's getting married. She need to know what's happening with her daughters. And I know that's the motherfucking right, girl. Okay. And so what we learned is that he actually has a trust for his daughters, and that trust actually supersedes the will or anything like that. So the girls should definitely be straight on that. Okay. So hopefully that stays the same. All right. Her kids asked her, if she were to get married or find her somebody else, get married or whatever, like maybe she could do the same thing that their dad is doing for them and just put everything in a trust. And Gizelle said, I don't be trusting these people like that. Girl, I cackle because that was a bit funny. Okay. But anywho, I hate that. I hate that's an unfortunate situation to be in, to know that you have to deal with the passing of your relative. And then, people tell you to get a will, and there is a will, but somehow this particular will is not a legit will. Let her tell it. So now she's trying to get that will thrown out. And hopefully she can. If she can prove her dad's signature around the same age, maybe a month or a week or so before he went to I'm not prison, I'm sorry, Lord, before he passed away. Maybe she could find that out, because that's crazy. And who the hell, I just need to know who the hell this person is that went up there and got this lady daddy name and got a whole will, and you ain't leaving shit to the daughters. Are you okay? Or was this a sibling or something? Okay. But anywho, let's keep going. Stacey and TJ, they at the house. So he's trying to do some quote unquote Italian lunch, which he really ain't. He just making a damn pizza and decided to put a bonnet on. Okay. So he brings up Wendy's party and how it was stressful for him. And he says that she was off. Okay. And he says that Stacey was off a bit. She never really checked on him once he got in the party. So he pretty much felt abandoned or whatever. He says he talked to he talked to everybody but her. She apologizes, says it won't happen again. And he asked her if she's going to hire a forensic accountant when it comes to the divorce. And she isn't. She says she hasn't, and she don't really want to talk about it too much with him because he's never been married. And whatever's happening with her and her husband's divorce is between her and her husband. I don't disagree with that. I do feel like he don't need to know all the ends, all be alls. He don't need to know all the particulars about what you're getting versus what you're not getting from your husband. I do feel like that's none of his business. I do. I'm not going to hold you. But I also feel like it's none of Gizelle and Ashley and Karen's business either. They can help you like navigate, like, oh, this is what I did with my divorce or whatever. But when it comes to the details, for real, I don't really think that's they business either. But okay. So she tells him the ladies think that she shouldn't be in a relationship with him so soon. Okay, knowing that she hasn't fully resolved the relationship that she has, and maybe she should explore options and maybe date around. So TJ says that he's not really offended by that, and Stacey asked if he will continue this journey if she saw other people. And he was like, I mean, I still care about you, but I'm going to date other women too. To me, it sounds like he won't continue the journey. it sounds like if you're gonna go off and date other people, I'm not fucking with you. I'm just gonna go date other people. That's what I took from it. If this man would be so upset that you took him to a party and you allowed him to socialize while you went and socialized, and he was so heartbroken by that, he's not gonna be able to handle you dating other people. Duh. So yeah. Okay. So it sounds like she said something to him about like, you want me to choose you. Basically, yeah, he does. And she wants him to choose her. Either way, it don't seem like he give a damn. He seems to be not so bothered by whatever decision she chooses to make. Weird. So Wendy and her sister link up with her mom, and she finally lets her mom know that she is resigned. And I'm so glad because, girl, come on. She was really worried about how her mama was going to respond to her. But her mama was like, girl, are you crazy? And then Wendy said, well, I just really feel like, I wasn't tolerated or appreciated. So I want to be able to spend more time with my kids because now I have that luxury to do so. And I also want to work on my talk show. Like, there are other things that I could do that I want to go work on. So that's just where I'm at. And then the mama, when she said that tolerated and appreciated, that's when the mama was like, you know what? I respect that. If you don't feel tolerated and appreciated, you are right. You still have your 4 degrees. You can walk into any job and get an opportunity today. So go live your life and do what's best for you. And I'm glad her mama said that so we could stop seeing Wendy walk on tiptoes around her mom because she's so worried about what she's going to think about her life and career at the age of 40. Okay, this lady been doing it on her own for damn near 20 years or so. You know what I'm saying? Or close to. And she even over there giving you a damn allowance. And you over here pressed about like, no, I'm glad to see Wendy freed from this. But at the same time, Wendy, keep it a buck, bitch. You done sat up there and got this check from Bravo and you are living good. And I just hope that you don't find yourself on the end of a Robyn Dixon to where your ass ain't got this money. But good for you. You got 4 degrees and you could go and walk into any university and be a teacher at any moment, in my personal, okay? So even should this opportunity go away from you, I do believe that it's not going to take much for you to find a new one. Great thing for you also is that Eddie is a damn attorney. And if his firm is doing really good and he already take care of the mortgage and shit, and y'all can handle it, then why? Then, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, let him do that. I support it. But at the same time, Wendy, you really ain't doing shit with your talk show. I'm just going to be real honest with you. I don't know what you got working on, what you got under your sleeves. But I hope that you're not spending all of your time, yes, being with your kids who are primarily at school, girl. Stop playing. And then, what else? Filming this show. I hope you're just not in the bed just chilling. I hope that we're going to see you actually work on some stuff. I'm not saying be a workaholic like Miss Kandi Burruss, okay? But like really find that thing. I had this quote that I had said, it was like years ago. Like, I can't even remember what it was. I have to go to my Facebook. But basically, it's about the consistency, girl. And whatever you focus on and whatever you drill into, that is the thing that's going to grow. Okay. And I feel like in my personal, we haven't seen anything fully grow from you because you keep hopping from thing to thing. And I feel like another housewife did that. I don't know if that was Sheree or somebody else. And I mean, nothing really worked. They didn't really hone in on something. I feel like, yeah, Kandi Burruss gets her hands in a lot of different things, but I also feel like we'll see her be consistent towards one thing for it to work though, you know? So I feel like if it's going to be the talk show, you need to figure out that creative schedule and make that shit consistent. And if you got to set up your own SHI, you're just going to have to set it up on your own. I understand if you don't want to do like the recording and the editing or whatever, but you're going to have to do what you got to do. You're going to have to itemize and break down that Bravo check to see if you can pay the people to come in and do it, or if there's a way you can set up have somebody teach you how to run your cameras. Set them all up. Okay, label them. This is camera A, camera whatever you need to do, and then send it off to an editor. I don't know what the hell you need to do. I actually do. But listen, you need to get consistent on what that thing gonna be. Because 1 minute we seeing, what is it, Anye or Essentials or whatever the candles are. Then you got the home line that you're trying to do. Now you're doing the talk show. Girl, like, figure this shit out. Then we see you sit over here with Peter. Oh, I want to have a restaurant. Like, you trying to really figure out your life. And I want you to figure it out much sooner before your time on Housewives is up. Not that I'm hoping that it's up anytime soon. It could be 5, 10, 15 years from now, right? But when you look at that amount of time, you could also look at the amount of time that you could have found that thing for you that you really stuck to and watched it grow over that amount of time to where you can stand on your own with that item or that project or whatever it is outside of the damn show. Get it together. What else is going on? Jazelle and Ashley end up having a speed date. Now, Will ended up bringing Ashley some flowers. I thought that was really nice. It was her birthday. They were pretty flowers. I thought that was nice. But when Namsa came over, when Nam came, I think his name is Namsa, when he came over to Jazelle, I said, oh, that's her type to a T. The fact that I said that and then she flipped to, oh, I know I do have a type. I'm like, BITCH, you definitely have a type, girl, and that is it. And I think that Namsa looked very nice, okay? And you could tell she smiled bigger with him than she did with the other guys, okay? So I'm here for it. Now, I'll be honest, bitch, I probably wouldn't even mind seeing a little piece of Jazelle over there on Queen's Court. Now, we know Ashley ain't gonna come because it's predominantly black men with that one white man. Okay, one or two of them. Ashley might go over there, but it's gonna we will have to change up the men, the options. Okay, but I can see Giselle sliding over there. But then, girl, don't men be kind of playing too. So I don't know. But anywho. Ashley ended up getting with Josh. Josh wasn't a bad option either. Josh ended up being pretty cool. We learned that Josh grew up on a farm, and then at some point we learned they go on this date, and I think he's been out of a relationship for like 2 years or something, and he said he took a break from that relationship. So she was kind of like, took a break, like, what you mean, like, what happened? And it was because he had got diagnosed with thyroid cancer. From my understanding, he did overcome it. He ended up having a surgery, and he went into remission, and he's been pretty good. Okay. So they they had a conversation, they bond and stuff. So Ashley seems to like really like him, and we'll just end up seeing how that's gonna play out for Miss Ashley, as the season and this relationship or whatever it is progresses. Ray and Karen are chatting, okay, and Karen talks about how she's been an emotional wreck, or at least she has been. I think. Well, she's been like I guess getting up early mornings or whatever, reflecting, but she talks about being an emotional wreck the night of the incident and talks about how she was really upset with Ray. I'm over this conversation already. Because I feel like Karen is once again blaming this on Ray like it's Ray's fault, and I just can't. 1 minute you over there talking to your nephew or your cousin or whoever the hell he is this week or next week, and you want to sit up there and talk about how, what was it? Oh, mommy and daddy's passing and all this and that. And then you want to sit up here and come to Ray and then talk to Ray about how it was a or you was upset with him. Like, which one is it? Was you mad at Ray the day of, or what? Like, what was going on? Like, Karen's full of it. Okay, that's just the short answer, girl. Karen is full of it. That's all that I have. She just full of, like, I'm just, girl, anyway. So, what else? She said she didn't know if they were gonna be together. That's what she said. Then Ray talks about how he's been really supportive of her during all of this madness and things that's been happening. Girl, I guess, child. Okay, Miss Karen, what else happened? Let's get to Mia and Kiana because they do go have a sit down. I thought it was a bit awkward. Like, why you sit down with Kiana? Then we realized that Kiana works with that, I guess, behavior, mental health organization. And so with that, it makes sense. Okay. Mia tells Key how she has to move around Gordon's mood. Okay. She talks with Kiana because she works in that field. And he tells her, like, listen, I just feel like he feels emasculated. In addition to that, I think he feels hopeful that you guys will get back together. I said, girl, you ain't saying that no different than what Jacqueline has already told her, in all honesty. Mia is going around having conversations with people seeking out help, and everybody's telling her ass the same damn thing. Like, can we move on? So, Kiana asked if Ink is a dad. She's like, so is he a dad or anything to your kids? Because I just need to know because I'm hearing a lot of stuff. And Mia says, well, I'm going to get a test or whatever. But if you're asking me, then no, I don't think that he is the father of my child. But they have a lot of similarities. Girl, Mia hopes that he's the child. She going to get a DNA test saying she don't believe it. But she's hoping that he is, I'm sure. And that was pretty much the conversation. Greg is Kiana's going to send her some tools or whatever. Have Greg send her some information over. So Ashley and Josh, they had their thing. Mia and Gordon, okay? So Mia, her son asked her why they live in 2 different apartments. And she said, oh, well, I told you mommy and daddy are getting a divorce. And he's like, no, you didn't. You ain't saying me. She's like, oh, I didn't. Girl, you know you ain't fucking tell them kids that. So Gordon says he resigned himself. So Gordon ends up coming there because the kids wanted to make cookies. They wanted their daddy there, so he gets there, okay? She's speaking with Gordon about how she talked to the kids about them getting a divorce and stuff. And Gordon says, he resigned himself to the fact that they will be getting a divorce. She said, this is what you want? He's like, nah, this is what you wanted. So I'm just trying to pretty much accept that this is what the hell it's going to be at the end of the day. So Mia talks about how she wants to have open dialogue, but it's uncomfortable for her because she wants to preserve the kids' innocence. Well, you wasn't thinking about preserving them kids' innocence when they was catching you in the bed with Mr. Ink. Then you tried to sit up there and tell us that the kids didn't really know that you and Ink were a fucking item for real. Only for the daughter to ask the daddy, what if mommy marries Mr. Ink? He said, that's up to her. Mia said, huh, what? And she says nothing. And then she runs over there and says, you can't marry Mr. Ink. You can't. No, you can't do it. Okay? And you try to play in our face. Go on, ma'am. The little girl went over there and asked daddy, how did you and mommy meet? He told me something in Charlotte. She's like, where in Charlotte? He said, over there by the highway or something. She said, but exactly where? He said, at a club. I'm hollering. I strap club. Girl, a mess. So, anywho, she sent the kids to go in their room or whatever. And Gordon says, listen, I think we need to have another talk with them aside from this one. Like we need to have more of a conversation. He says, because I don't want them to follow into our footsteps, when they approach situations like this and don't know how to handle them. She says, yeah, I hear you, but I want my kids to know their worth. I agree with Mia, though, on that. I hear what he's saying. You don't want your kids to follow in your footsteps, but you're not in control of that once they become adults. You could get them everything and they're going to do what they want to do. But at the same time, I think they definitely need to know their worth. I feel like knowing your worth could definitely prevent you from even getting in situations like this. Okay, Miss Mia. All right. But also, hell, if you ain't happy, get the hell up off the table too. That's a part of it as well. Like, I got to go. Anywho, Mia tells him about meeting with Kiana and how Kiana and pretty much Ink both are saying that she need to start setting boundaries when it comes to him. Basically, he needs to get the hell up out of living in the same building with them. That's not a good idea. You don't need to be living with us. Living in the same building. We need to create more distance, okay? Basically, he need to go get him a bachelor pad or whatever, like PK, and over there like Mauricio, okay? So, Gordon, if you're trying to figure out what the hell it is you need to do, you need to get on your PK and your Mauricio. Go get you an apartment. But I don't know, because, Mia did say she had to help you pay some things, so I don't know. But go get you an apartment, stage the apartment, or rent you furniture, buy you furniture, not rent, but stage the apartment or buy you some furniture, honey. Lose your little piece of weight like PK. Get you a new jacket, okay? PK, so, but you like my jacket? Yeah, get you a new jacket. Cut that hair just a little piece or whatever like that. And go do your thing, honey. Okay, stop at that. If that's what you want with Mia, you gotta kind of like show Mia you living your best life without her. That may make her change her mind about divorcing you, okay? Because all of this you wanting to be back together with her is only gonna make her run the hell off even more. All right. I do think the meeting they had this time went much better than the last time. So we'll see how this gonna play out. But the episode was blah. It wasn't a whole lot that was really going on this particular episode. It was okay. It was isolated scenes, I feel. It wasn't much of the cast actually filming together. It was just giving us updates on what's going on with most of the ladies individually. But y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below, girl. I ain't got a whole lot on that. I'll catch y'all in the next one, honey. Bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden, they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.